Right, hey, good evening. Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday night. We're back in the track, and yeah, that opening sequence is just mind-blowing. Thanks again, DS Films. Chris, awesome work. So, you join us as we get onto the track. It is round 2. Here we go, just catching up with everything. I've got a lot of stuff going on here. Round 2 of Season 9, we're coming to you from Brands Hatch. There's been a whole lot of racing happening here this week. Sprint Series as well as the other league, LNR's league. So yeah, it's been some good racing. But here we are. It's the GT3 Pro Championship. As I say, round number 2. So before we get too deep into quali, let's have a look at what's happening. Track map, here we go. As you well know, there's 2 versions of this track. We're running the full version, which goes all the way down the long back straight to Pilgrim's Drop, and then round Hawthorne, a series of long, fast right-handers, 3-4 of them all the way around to Stirling's, then back up Clearways through Clark and onto the start-finish line. So this is a tricky track, make no mistake. A lot of people have struggled. There were some dramas along that long back straight yesterday, as Berta said. And tonight's going to be even more hectic because it's the full-blown GT3 Championship, and it's the top of the crop here tonight as far as teams goes. Speaking of which, let's have a look at what's happening after round 1. Our official standings with the GTWR Academy right up at the top. Sherritt, Adam, first and second. Then first of the best of the rest, PWSR Alpha, Kieran Patterson. And then Kinetic Simworks Racing C-Squared, Christian Deploy, our very own social media and graphics specialist. And then it's Kinetic Simworks Racing Vibe, Mac van der Merwe, rounding out your top 5. And then ATK Sim Racing, Morgan, McCall, 6th, and further down. Team standings, well, it's obviously GTWR up at the top, closely followed by PWSR Alpha, Hybrid Academy ZA, and then Kinetic Simworks Racing Force, and then PWSR Bravo, the second of the PWSR teams in this league this evening. Kinetic Simworks in 6th, 7th, and 8th, ATK 9th, and Hawks Flying Squad, the Roses, rounding out your top 10. Cool, there we go. So let's get on the track. The familiar GTWR Aston Martin of Jordan Sherritt, and he is already in the mid 122s as we've seen going past his teammate Tariq Adam. There he is. Huge entry this evening. My timing screen, I have 33 drivers at the moment. Yep, so 33 people on track right now, or in the pits, but at the track. YouTube, good evening. Mr. Westhuizen, how's it? Glad to have you here, Sir Martinez. Nal Keegan, hello, young man. So, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Please click on the like, click on the thumbs up, guys, and click on subscribe so that you're kept up to date. All our future channels. We are desperately trying to increase the exposure for the sport, sim racing sport here in South Africa, and we can do with your help. Just a matter of clicking on that thumb up and subscribing. Never know, we might get involved with a couple of very generous sponsors, and we'll be able to give away some gear sometime in the very near future. Right, 20 minutes and counting. It's Christian Deploy up into second place for Kinetic Simworks C-Squared, and he is fielding an awesome new livery this evening. It's not white, but it's an off-white stroke silver, maybe, yeah, grey, with some blue highlights. Kinetic Simworks 95 C squared. Car looks awesome, so well done to Christian. Correct, Adam, not too far back. I'm sure we'll see some position changes through the next 19-20 minutes. Fourth place, Kevin Barber. I have no clue who this gentleman is. I think he's just joined, but he's quick, make no mistake, and he's up there. Currently in fourth place, Bega Krobler. Here's the man, Hybrid Academy X5. Also very happy in the Aston Martin at the moment. Daniel Roans, 6th place, Hybrid Academy X5 teammate. 7th place, it's Kieran Patterson from PWSR Alpha, and also in the Aston, and a little ways away off the timing. 9th place, Christian Fenter for Kinetic Simworks C squared, and he's just going to keep out of the way on this lap while he lets some quicker guys go through. 10th, Jean Leroux rounding out your top 10 for Hawks Polizia. He just went back to the pits. Jason Luck here in 21st. Bernard Benziking for Kinetic Simworks Racing Talk. So one of the nice new liveries. Oh, that Aston running very wide through there. Eric Kirstein in a slightly updated version of the Team Try Hard Racing livery, sporting the driver's 61 livery on the back wing. I do like the input from the teams and getting these liveries updated, and the fact that we can now just run full livery packs and run replays without any glitches or problems. It certainly helps the game. Ashley, good evening. How's it, buddy? Yeah, sorry you can't drive. I don't know what that's for or why. It's I don't know if it's load shedding or whatever other problems, but never mind. I'm sure we'll see you back soon. Oh, you're down here in the land of wine and oceans. Well, then you've got you've got enough excuses. Enjoy Cape Town, buddy. Mr. Carl Kibbett for SDR Esports. Also updated livery that he sent through literally at like 7 o'clock this evening. I have it. It's on. There it is. Looks good. That's Shaba Mashigo. Also in a Porsche. Morgan in the ATK Mercedes-Benz as usual, and I'm sure he'll just throw that up into the top 5. Also an updated livery by Yellow Designs. So the car's looking solid for 2022. Well done. Nicely steps out of the way as the team try hard. I think that's Eric Kirstein goes past. Drivers being well aware of who's on quick laps and keeping out of the way there. Behind him, here he is. It's a PWSR BMW. This is Connor Alexander, newcomer to the PC version of this game. He comes from a console background, and new to the PWSR team. A couple of changes and upgrades happened over the New Year period, and he's racing in the PWSR Bravo team, side by side with JW Volsking. See how they get along. Right, let's look at this. Chariot at a 22.2, half a second ahead of who's in second, this new chap called Kevin Barber. So, got a new guy coming to play. Just under 15 minutes left to go in this qualifying. And super tricky track, trust me. Brands Hatch, it's not a flat track like Silverstone or well, you know, a few others. These undulations, these dips, valleys, hills and dales, whatever you want to call them, they make for a challenging drive around this track, and you've got to be right on top of your game. So Wednesday night sprint series, we saw some mid 123s, and these guys are low 122s. Jordan pushing it all the way and some more. Go quicker. Stays 122.2. Kevin Barber 6/10 back. We'll find out more about this gent in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. Tariq Adam 8/10 back in third. Christian Deploy 9/10 back and a second back. Daniel Rowe, he bumps up into fifth. Kieran Patterson right there as well, 1.1 seconds off the pace, but there or thereabouts. So Peter, you're traveling a bit. I know you're going to miss a few, but you know what? Life gets in the way. You need to pay the bond. You need to make ends meet, whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, this is a sport, but it's like playing golf on a weekend, except you do it on evenings or even on weekends. If you need to go and you've got to go and pay attention to real life. That's what it is, bud. Alright, thanks for the update. I'm blown away at his performance. He won Pro-Am 3 seasons back, so we're talking a year and a half back. Sheepers. This quick? It's impressive. Right, Tariq steps up his game. He goes quicker. Half a second off Jordan's time. So GTWR back up at the top rank, front row of the grid. There's Johannes Kralen for Celeritas Racing. I saw him also in, yeah, it was last week, that's right. Running 8th. And there goes Morgan McCall, throws it up into 6th place, also within a second now. 9/10 of the pace, and I'm sure he'll put in a few more good laps. Ron Ottens, 10th, Hybrid Academy. Mac van der Merwe. Oh, Ottens got bumped down one. Hannes van Beek just goes up into 9th for Black Widow Racing. I'm surprised at how Black Widow Racing have kind of dropped off the grid, for want of a better word. They used to have one of the best looking team liveries a season ago, 12 months ago, and right now it's the guys run whatever color schemes they want to. No one's designing for them anymore. I don't know, possibly there was a fallout in the team, I guess, but you know, they don't look how they used to. Pity. Christian Fenty here for Kinetic Simworks Racing. subtle differences between this livery and the other Kinetic Simworks car, Christian Deploy. Load it now and you can actually see the difference. This one's got more black. Here's Christian Deploys. On the side you can see it's a lot more lighter. So some clever play in team play between the different liveries in the different teams. Awesome stuff. Morgan McCall goes quicker, up into 4th place. Thought he would get into the top 5. Abandoned that lap, goes back to pits. Here for a bit. Bago, here he comes, up into 6th place for Hybrid Academy X5. Also, don't forget, if you've got the capabilities, guys, on your YouTube streams, click on the little gear setting in the bottom of your window, drop it down and go and select the most or best quality that your line or your fiber line can handle. I'm pushing out a very high quality stream, and I've increased the camera settings and the view settings to epic within the game, so it's as pretty as it can be. Smoke, shadows, the leaves, the grass, the weeds, the kikuyu, it all looks awesome. Brandon Kruger down at the back end. Brandon Kruger, Kinetic Simworks Racing Prism. And next to him is this man, Aaron Miller. He's just leaving the pits, and this is an awesome little livery that was done for him. Race for Hope. It's a throwback of the Sassel Formula 1 livery, old Jordan cars. Michael Schumacher actually drove that. Yeah, look at that, grand looking livery, and good effort by the designer to put that together. So love it. Paul Caber for Team Tryhard Racing Pro. Slightly different version of the color scheme on that car. It's Justin Lotus for Hybrid Academy. Dwayne van Skalkwijk in one of the Porsches. There are 3 of them here tonight. SDR Esports, DBS. Carl Kivett, SDR Esports AK. So these 2 are teamies, as you can see, and very similar lap times as well. Daniel Erasmus for Hybrid Academy down in 29th. And Bernard Bernsey King in 30th. He's struggling here. Chaba Mashingo in his Porsche, he is in 32nd. He's struggling to find some more pace. All right, we go. Yeah, Peter, I thought that might be the issue. Thanks for the update. That's true. But I mean, somebody should still at least have the liveries on a machine, the source liveries, the original liveries. You can, you know, submit those or hand them in and, you know, load them in the various games, and the car should at least look how they used to look. There were still some funky liveries, that purple and green. Right, Jordan, sub 22s. He goes into the 21.9s, and he's stretching his legs here. 8/10 up the road from Tariq Adam. Incredible. Kevin Barber in the big Bentley. So besides Kevin Barber and Morgan McCall in the Bentley and the Mercedes-Benz, we have 8 Aston Martins in the top 10. Oh, and as I say that, Mac van der Merwe decides to bump Mr. Fenter down, and he brings a BMW into the top 10. So, oh, look at the Porsche there of Kyle Kivitt. Huge spin and slide. He caught it, but need to be aware of your surroundings. So, unfortunately, still, it's an Aston Martin fest, and like it happened with the M4, the new BMW, I'm convinced there's going to be a little nerfing happening in the not too distant future, just to rein the Aston back a little bit, because it's literally untouchable at the moment. Oh dear. Unfortunately, there's been a little bit of a glitch in the Kunos auto camera select tool. So the Pro-Am is not being streamed tonight because it's flashing and jumping around between nothing really. I don't know. So our fellow streamer Dokhab is going to disable that and turn that stream off. So sorry to the Pro-Am guys. Unfortunately, no auto stream for you. We'll try and resolve that as soon as we can. Maybe there was an update that needed to happen. Right, this is on auto. This is auto camera work that we're watching. So it'll just randomly jump to a different car with a different view, and it should do this, but it should be based on the close proximities of cars. I think that's what it should be doing. I mean, it seems to be working here, but anyway, we'll find out. Are you serious? Going to be driving cameras manually. Allows me to find the closest dices and all that kind of stuff. Right, we're into sub 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes give or take. Quali has literally flown by. Hey Leon, how are you? Good to see you. And thanks for joining us. Found anybody who might be up on a Delta or down here. Conrad Volskink for Hawks Polizia, the Rosses, the police McLaren, and he is currently up almost half a second in the McLaren. So if he can keep his lines perfect and get all the way around the rest of the track, he's got sector 2 and then the last sector to negotiate. He's currently 3.5 tenths up. Losing a bit of time with that long left hand he's just gone through, but just got to carry this round. Oh. Ran a little wide there. Cuts that like he should. Down to 2 tenths. Also that one, you've got to go right over that curb. Goes over that curb. back up to 4/10. Oh, he's on this. He is currently 17th, 1.6 seconds off the pace. 4/10's going to put him at least into the top 10 if he can keep it clean. Maybe 12th, 11th, somewhere up there with Fenta and LaRue. Here we go, let's see. 17th, and he goes to 10th, in fact. Great little final lap there for Conrad Volskenk, so that paid off. Paul Gabbers on a good lap. He's 2/10 up as he goes into the second sector, down the long back straight. Still up by about a 10th. And he's now level. No, he's still a little bit up. So he might pop up 1 or 2 positions. Maybe 19th. Can just get through here quickly and get on the gas early. Does so. 1.5 tenths up from 21st. Where's he going? He goes up to 19th. Gets 2 positions there. Good job. I think. Done. JW Volskenk for PWSR done 14th place, 1.3 seconds off the pace. Gordon Sherritt, he's also done. So that's it. Everyone in the pits. Quali is overs. It's GTWR front row lockout again. Jordan Sherritt and Tariq Adam. Second row, Kevin Barber and Kieran Patterson bumps into 4th place, so he'll take second row ahead of Morgan McCall for ATK in third, on the third row at least. And next to him it's Bego Krobler. Good looking field of cars. Go down the grid. Sherritt and Adam side by side. Here's Barbie in the Bentley, Patterson in the PWSR Aston Martin. Morgan McCall, the ATK Mercedes, up against the pit wall, and on the outside it's Bego Krobler in the Aston Martin. Christian Deploy up against the pit wall in his Aston Martin. Ryan Ottens on the outside, 9th place Daniel Rowe, and on the outside of him Conrad Volskenk in the McLaren. Mac van der Merwe, 11th place in the BMW. Venter on the outside. Kinetic Simworks Aston Martin. Up against the pit wall, Jay LaRue, then JW Volskenk in his BMW on the outside in 14th. Krayling in 15th in his BM. Next to him, Van Beek in the Aston. McGregor in the Aston against the pit wall. Radloff on the outside here in the BMW with Gabe in his BMW. Then Sean Skitt on the outside. Gideon Renner inside in his BM. Then Miller in the McLaren. Connor Alexander, the newcomer. And the rest of the field. The Porsches, some more BMWs, and all the way back down to 33rd, right there at the back. Good. Alright, 1 minute to go. I think if the Astons get the drop on everyone, as I saw and noted on Wednesday night sprint series, also 2 Astons won that race. Matter of just getting a clean getaway, and these guys certainly know how to do that. Hello, Mr. Alaric Enslin. How you, buddy? Haven't seen you for yonks, but glad to have you here. JJ. Let's get those trestles out from under those cars. Hop, skip, and bump going on. Keep in mind, this is the GT3 Championship. It is Season 9, and it is Round 2 coming to from Silverstone. Be a faster... Next week, round 3, we go to Zolder in Belgium. Short little tricky go-kart track, as I like to call it. That track I seriously dislike. Some people are very quick there. Anthony Wilson, good evening. Robert Wentworth, good evening. Thanks for joining, guys. Yeah, Leon, that's what I said. Aston needs a nerfing, just like the BM got a nerfing. Yo, Aleric, if you're there and you can hear us, let us know if you know something that we don't know. Nudge, nudge, intent. Cars are too quick, bud. Guys caned the BMW M4 badly, and now the Aston needs a little bit of a caning. So, sort this out, as they say in the user manual. As the new and refreshed ATK Academy Mercedes, who's just obviously was caught napping on the line and driving his way back up to position. Or he possibly had a little bit of a spin, but there he is. Morgan will be starting from 7th. Has done an awesome job with this Mercedes and continues to. Seems to be one of the drivers who has a proper handle on how to get this car quick and get it around almost all the tracks very quick. Both him and Junior, in fact. Hello, Noor. Haven't seen you around for a while, buddy. Lucky for you to join us here, and good seeing you. Why do you mean why on Brands Hatch, Rob? This is we should be on Brands Hatch. Remember the Sprint Series and the GT3 Championship, the Wednesday night and the Thursday night races on the same tracks. Although they're different leagues, but they can be used as tests for the Wednesday night guys. They can use the Wednesday night race for a warm-up race for this race. If that's what you're kind of mentioning, I'm not sure. Anyway, here we go, side by side. Good looking field of cars. We're going to sit on board with Kieran Patterson's Aston. He'll be on the outside of Kevin Barber's Bentley. We should be able to see forward and backward, and hopefully we can get a whole lap done. Almost happened with the Sprint Series last night. That's true. If Jordan wins in a Mercedes, well, it won't be this season, but then you'll see a whole bunch of drivers climbing into the AMG Mercs. Right, everyone's ready. And there we go, it's green, and they climb on the loud pedal. Side by side. Oh, Kieran got a squiggle there, and the field is coming past him. 3 abreast, little bit of a tap into the hairpin. Catches it, sorts it out. Oh, and then the teammates tap each other. Oh dear, it's all going on behind the scenes there. Can't get the cameras to change yet, so Christopher Radloff down in 9th. Yeah, I think they're all going again. Oh, Sechaba, I don't know, he got to drive through. Go back up to the sharp end of the stick. Come on, cameras, there we go. So Jordan flying. Oh, yes. Tariq in 2nd, Kevin Barber in 3rd, Morgan in the Mercedes up to 4th. It's still a little bit of a glitch in Kunos ACC. The first lap, the timing tower just loses its mind. Sorted now, but we're up and running, and Morgan got the best start of the field there, going from I think 6th up to 4th. Kieran just behind him, and then Ryan Ottens. Bego's there. We saw Bego have a little bit of a touch with his teammate, who is jeez, I can't even see where he's gone. But anyway, here we go, we're up and running. Thanks Aleric, thanks for the updates. It's just in this league we've seen absolute Aston domination. I'm talking like 10 of them in a row. Seems to be the seriously favored tool at the moment. Okay, let's go back a little bit. There you go, yeah, in 8th, looking at the back of Christian Deploy. Long race to go, yeah. 80 minutes, so we've got strats at play. Who's doing 50-50, who's going to do 70-30, etc, etc. So we'll try and keep our eyes peeled on this. I'm going a little bit further back, 13th place. AW, the BMW, and he, oh, that's what I wanted to see. That's one of the, that's Gideon Renner's BMW, and he was a little bit wide there, and the McLaren's gone through. Yeah, they're 4 abreast coming onto the start-finish line. It's Christopher Radloff. They're all side by side. Look at this. Look at the Porsche going up the inside. Just behind there, that's D van Skalkwijk's Porsche. And just behind him in the other Porsche is Carl Kivet. So they got Jay LaRue in the McLaren in between them. And here we see Radloff right under the wing of Gerber. I'm just going to stick with this lot for now. Oh, they're tight. Okay, up at the top end of the stick, Kieran Patterson. He's got a huge drive on Tariq Adam. Tariq running defensive as they go through the dip. So Morgan McCall up into 3rd. Tariq had a moment somewhere and he's dropped back. Now Kieran wants to also capitalize on this. Yeah, good point, Alaric. These guys are close. I tell you what, Morgan McCall zoning in on the back of Kevin Barber's Bentley and attacking. Barber's going to be running defensive lines very shortly. Tariq, he's just going to sit there and do what he does best, and Kieran's going to have to follow him. Should a mistake happen, then he can capitalize on that mistake. But this is for 2nd place, these 4 cars. Watch Tariq a little bit so that we can at least see ahead. Morgan McCall right there now. It's a good drive. I'm going to Morgan because he got to drive out that long left-hander. And the Bentley is running slightly defensive lines. 3 dabs on the brakes through there. Morgan gets huge drive. Yo, he had to lift. He's the quicker man at the moment. Now flicking it up the inside through Dingle Dells. Oh, this is awesome racing. Right, onto the start-finish line. Now we're heading to Paddock Hill Bend. Severely long right-hander with an off-camber. Big, tricky corner to negotiate. But these guys are going at it, and this is awesome to watch. This is also allowing Scherer to just go walkabouts. He's 5.5 seconds up the road and gone. Okay, just going to go and look around the field a bit. I will keep my eyes peeled on this. There go Kroblo in 8th. Just as close, not too far back behind that dice. He's within half a second or less. I'm going to have to fly around this timing screen tonight because there's a whole bunch of people and they're all racing for position. 20th. Oh, look at the traffic here. They're side by side further back. Bernard Burnsy King goes up the inside there. And just behind him, oh, contact, the Porsche and the Aston. The guys are playing dodgems. Through Dingledale, the Porsche has to lift, and that's the Aston of Jason McGregor. It's Jason Luck's Porsche who's going backwards. That's in the background there. Gee, lots of dice going on. Good close racing. Christopher Radloff looking at Gideon Renner's BMW, and they're very evenly paced here. But back up to 7th place. Ottens, Deploy and Krobler. Deploy having to watch his mirrors as well as try and figure out a way where he can attack Ryan Ottens. And if we see a driver position change, or I miss it, I will go back 30 seconds. The replays are working 100%. Yeah, and the STR boys, the Porsches. Gee, Morgan McCall, he so wants past here. I tell you, Kevin Barber, wherever he's been, he's probably been racing in that other game that begins with the letter I. But he's certainly improved hand over fist and showing some immense pace here this evening. Jordan not involved in any dices. He is doing the second a lap at least. I'll give you updates here. Best a 122.5 for Jordan. Kevin a 123.4. Morgan a 123.4. Tariq Adam a 123.8. So not being under pressure, certainly helping Jordan to seriously belt out those quick laps. Here's Carl Kibbett, one of the STR cars, and just up ahead of him, there he is. It's Wayne van Schalkwyk, and these guys had an immense start, as Leon points out, and they're up and charging. Going back down here to Eric Kirstein. Eric Kirstein for Team Tryhard Racing. He's right in the thick of things down here. These guys are all within 2 tenths, 3 tenths. The whole trainer cars. Jason Luck looking. He wants back past McGregor's Aston Martin, and he's trying to work out a way to get through here. Hannes van Schalkwyk in 26. He does make the pass. He's just gone past the BMW of Tina and Kobe. So he jumps up ahead, and there we've already got 4 cars that are pitted complete, including LaRue, Conrad Fulschenk, Skitter and Miller. So little big drive backs coming from those 4. Going to keep on jumping back to these guys because this is the paying position, so to speak, and they're trying to get as high as they can. Looking at Ryan Ottens further back, he is coming under a bit of pressure from Christian Deploy. The cars are kind of paired off now with each other, just up ahead. This section, Westfield, Dingledale, and then heading down towards Stirling. Such a tricky little section. This is a nice cambered corner. You drop 2 gears and just turn it in and hammer the gas. Then down clearways towards Clark. This one also tricky. It's hard to get the car to stay in here, not run wide onto the sand on the outside. Radloff's got to watch his mirrors. I tell you what, Christian Deploy is looking the quicker of the 2 cars. Going to go helmet view. And there's Christian looking up ahead at Ryan Ottens. See how clean of a lap he can follow him. Oh, Max, sorry, buddy. Really? Were you out up at the hairpin? That's terrible, man. 2 gear downs for the Aston. Helps to settle the car through there. Right, up they come now through Westfield. You've got to ride that curb and run a little bit wide, then Dingledale. And this right-hander, tricky. Too much there and you hit a huge bump. Too little and you run off onto the left-hand side. Then this positive cambered left-hander. Sterling's and Clearways. Here we come onto the start-finish line. I think Christian De Blois is just following Ryan Ottens at the moment. Then down to Eric Kirstein in 17th. And he's looking at the back of Carl Kibbett's Porsche. Team try hard, but he's also got a bunch of traffic behind him. It's difficult to overtake on this track. It's got to be, you've got to essentially rely on the driver ahead to make a little bit of a mistake, maybe run wide, put some wheels in the sand, and you must have a perfect line, and then it's a lick and send. It's not an easy track to overtake under normal racing conditions. Yeah, sorry, Mac. Not fun, buddy. But hey, you got to go and do what you must do. There's a form you need to fill in, and hopefully that'll resolve over the longer term. Excuse me, a little bit of a frog in my throat. 12th place, Redloff. Catch up, camera, catch up. Oh. Looking at the back of Renner. And these BMs, they're going. Hammer and tongs at each other. 4 BMs here, Kralin, Volskenk, Renner and Redloff. These two particularly close. Up ahead, drivers are all now 1.1 second or slightly bigger apart. Oh, Radloff runs wide, hits the kitty litter, and there goes his advantage. So back to Eric. Eric, oh, he was right next to the Porsche, literally. Now trying to do the undercut through the hairpin. Carl Kibbett. He's soaking up huge amounts of pressure and doing quite well, just behind his teammate Van Schalkwyk. The two Porsches 15th and 16th here, but the Astons seem to be a lot more stable and easier to drive, and the guys in them, as Aleric pointed out, they're the certainly the quicker drivers. Right, so Lehan saying he's in correspondence or he's nearby, and Carl's saying that the Porsche is a little bit twitchy or wobbly, and that's what's allowing Eric right there, and jeepers is Eric right there. He's in the engine bay. He's got to get a good drive and try and work it out, and if it happens, it might be on the main straight going to turn 1 into Paddock Hill. Porsche gets a good pickup through there. Eric kind of bounced off the curb, so it's not going to be here. But let's see, going through Paddock Hill Bend and then up to Druids. So close to running wide up there in the sand. And they all close in as they come through the hairpin. Good racing. Solid. Connor Alexander in the pits from 26th. So the newcomer, PWSR Bravo team driver, obviously having some issues and deciding to pit early. He's going to have to run a long ways with tires from here. An hour. We raced the sprint series 45 minutes and I felt some graining after like 30 minutes. So let's catch up with our leader, who is already amongst the traffic. So traffic needs to be aware He wears, and he is. That's that awesome liveried McLaren, the Sassel liveried car. And Jordan is lapping. He's done 12 laps. His quickest to 122.5 and his fast to 122.7 race pace. So Jordan very comfortable in the Aston Martin. Look, Kevin Barber hanging on to second. He is a ways down the road. But Morgan McCall's right there. Morgan's going to just sit there and wait for the mistake. These guys are 11 seconds off the back of Sherrod. And I must say, I've got to say it again, I'm super impressed with how rock solid Kevin Barber is in this Bentley. I think he's surprised a bunch of the other guys, so good for him. Bad luck there, Mac. I don't know who it was. It was probably further back in the grid. I couldn't see it from our helicopter view, so we did see some turnarounds and a little drama happen with Bago and his teammate. But yeah, bad luck, bud. Dropping down the grid, I'm going to have a look. Jason McGregor, look at this. Porsches up ahead. Jason McGregor. Oh, and the Porsches just run deep. We've got to go and watch that. Jason was on the inside. Let's go back. Here's Jason McGregor attacking Dwayne van Schalkwyk. Dwayne runs deep, hits the grass, slows down. Jason gets a great drive there into clearways. Jason's now which way? Which way? He's got to go up the inside. Goes up the inside, outbrakes himself. Porsche runs fast, and Jason follows him, and they go into the sand trap. It was actually Dwayne who completely outbraked himself there. He drops down to 23rd place after that little incident. But his teamie's up the road in 15th. Kyle Kibbert going well. So, yeah, there we go. Glad we caught some of that. Brandon Kruger for Kinetic Simworks Prism Racing, and he is closing in on the back of Mr. Fenter. Oh, there's drama. Whoa, and he gets collected. That was bad luck. Kind of kept the car straight, but that was a little bad luck. That was Renner's BMW that was sideways. Oh, he's just annihilating all the braking signs. Go and see what happened here with Gideon Renner. Through Ingledell, over the top he comes. Now he's got to take Sterling's. Oh, and the car gets sideways into Sterling's, and he tries to catch it. Oh dear, and that Aston thumps him, and then he catches the other Aston coming back onto the track. So that's a little bit of drama happening back there. Lehan saying Dwayne's lost sound in his PC. That is not a nice... oh, that's terrible actually. You can't drive without sound, eh? Okay, well, some action going on, but let's jump up ahead. Here we have Christian Deploy closing in on Bego Grobler. No change up at the front. McCall still half a second, give or take, off Barber in the Bentley. And Tariq Adam and Kieran Patterson following suit. Ryan Otten's further 3 seconds back. And then this duel, Bego and Christian Deploy. Just a reminder to everybody, thanks for joining us. You are watching the Raceface.Pro GT3 Championship. This is Season 9, Round number 2, the first season for 2022. And thanks to our sponsors. Pits, look at that, we've got people in the pits, Kruger and Gerber. So we're just under the hour, a little bit early actually, so it could be a different strat. You can see those who have pitted are not even on the board. Daniel Rowe, he was gone. So it was Daniel Rowe who had the drama earlier with his teammate Bago, and he's disconnected. So Daniel, who are our current champions, not having a good time of it here, and he's left. Gideon Renner in the pit. Still in the pit. And he's gone laps down. As Cabber leaving the pit. Eric Kirstein, let's catch up. Go camera, go. On the back of Jason Luck's Porsche. So Eric Kirstein getting into a battle here again with Jason. Jason in the thick of the dices tonight. No, Eric's Aston looking a little bit battered and bent. Gee whiz. Front, sides, back. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a single panel on that car that hasn't been hit. But he's still putting in laps. His last lap, 126.1. His quickest to 124.8. Eric definitely off his quick pace, but he's riding it until his pit stop. Jan's saying he fixed it himself. So, man's plugged in his audio and he's got it working again, the USB. Doing this one. Carbon. He is, because here he is. Oh, right, that could have been him having the audio problem down the back straight with Jason Luck going into the sand trap. Okay, got you. Right, just up ahead. No, it's not. It's a lap traffic. Jason Luck looking still at the back of Jason McGregor's McLaren and closing in again. Thanks to everybody on the YouTube for joining us. I enjoy having the little chats, and yeah, feel free. Let's discuss and debate things. Jason's super close now. Super close. Going to do a big send up the inside. Brakes. They both hit the curb. And now up to the hairpin. This little corner, Graham Hill Bend, also tricky corner to get right. Got to be careful not to run too far wide. This one, Surtees, this long left-hander, this is so important to getting a quick lap at this circuit. Long left-hander up the hill, and you got to wait for the car to grip up and then climb on the gas. And yeah, super tricky corner. Hello, Guillaume, how's it, man? It is, buddy. You're right. Lots of action going on. Guys are driving hard. But yeah, this track, as we said earlier, definitely it's a difficult track to pass, man. And the guys are struggling. They catch up to the car ahead, and you know, then you kind of got to just lap there and hope for the best, and hopefully the driver ahead makes a mistake, and then you can take advantage. It's literally just not big enough to overtake properly. So there we go. Jason's just done 2 laps in a row behind McGregor's Aston Martin, and he's clearly quicker. Jason last lap got 25.7. He's quickest to 24.8, so he's a second off his normal quick pace, and he can't do anything about it because he's kind of being held up here. But then on the other hand, Darren, what this does is it forces people to take opportunities that aren't really there. So got to also keep our eyes peeled for those big lick and sends. Jonas Grayling, here he is in 10th place, and he is now dropping off the back of JW Volkswagen. So yeah, these my car had some graining. I'm expecting these guys, their pace will be dropping off round about now. Saying that he's still doing 124s, so he's still okay for the moment, but give or take the next 8 to 10 minutes and they should be on their pit window. We'll see him come in. They go Krobler in 7th. He's slowly but surely closing in on Ryan Ottens. He has got past Christian Deploy, which we never saw, but he's up into 7th. No change up at the head. Sherrod 13.2 seconds up from Kevin Barber. Then McCall for ATK, Tariq Adam, GTWR, and K Patterson for PWSR Alpha, your top 5. Yep, Keegan. He's an alien. It doesn't matter what car he's actually in. You watch his Twitch streams. He's been riding a couple of daily races at Low Fuel Motorsport, and he literally builds the setup on the server that he's racing in, and he drives away from the world. Man is an exceptionally good talent and really good. It's no other words you can say. Right, back down to Jason Buck, because he is super close. He's the closest on the track, this dice at the moment. Oh, come on, Jason, do something now. Flash your lights. Disturb the man. Oh, he got a nice drive there. Is he up the inside? Is he up the inside? Is he going? He is going. I think McGregor's given up in the Aston, and Jason does hold on to his line. A good move right there. Don't know if McGregor outbraked himself or just literally gave up the position. But there we go. Jason Luck moves up into 14th. Yeah, Guillaume agreed. They have... even Aleric was saying that the cars possibly had... I mean, even at the Daytona 24, they had to review the BOP for the car. So they've hurt its grip levels like heavily. And we were in Christmas, New Year to now. Okay, we were too quick, I must agree, but the car had to be that quick to overpower and overshadow the ailing M6 that it was replacing. But they just went too far with it, man. And it's literally, you can't do an hour without... I can't. I kind of regard myself as a pretty clean driver, and the front tires grain up. 45 minutes, you hit a brick wall. You start dropping a second a lap. Oh, there's a pit stop. That McLaren's gone in. The McGregor, we should see P. There it is. So he's peeled off. Back up to Bago. Closer to Ryan now. So Rick Adams starting to close in on the back of Morgan McCall as well. So let's keep our eyes peeled on what's going on here. Track temp at 23 degrees, ambient 16. Oh dear, that Ryan was way wide there, and Bago's all over him now. Like, they're all over him. He's crawling. Christian also going up the inside. But these guys need to watch out. So Ryan possibly struggling, and Bago cruised past. Might have been a position change in comms. We'll see if Christian can make something happen here. Now that's very funny, JJ. Jordan riding on Windows XP. Windows for workgroups, bro, if you want to really start calling out even Windows 3.1 or DOS 6.02. I'm not showing my age. I better keep quiet here. Yeah, Christian definitely wants to get by. Tariq in the pits and Christian in the pits. So never mind that. Guys are pitting. Oh, got to hammer the pit limiter for that early pit stop after that squiggle. So there we go. 47 minutes. So just shy of 80 minutes. Halfway. Tariq, Adam and Christian. Christian obviously stuck in traffic now and being held up. So that's a clever move. And Tariq, who was within a second of Morgan. So we're going to see if he can do the undercut, which is what he's attempting to do. Kieran will probably run long and go, you know, up until 15 minutes left kind of thing, as he usually does. So let's see what happens with the strats now. Sorry, I'm staring at something. Ryan Ottens, here he is. And Vega's up the road by almost a second. There he goes. Oh. Oh, that McLaren. There was a McLaren there through Sterling's. Didn't cause too much problem. Is Morgan in? It's not. Right, so we're going to see what transpires now with the pit stop strats. Some excitement coming up shortly. So Tariq Adam out, net 13th with the pit stop done. There we go, Ryan Otten's pitting, so he comes in from 6th. Back to Tariq Adam because he is right behind Jason Luck and he's going to want to pass. This now for position, so Jason doesn't need to really move anywhere. I'm sure he'll know that Tariq has pitted. That's why he's back there. But they're racing for position, so Tariq, this is where he's got to be careful now because he's come out in thick traffic. And he doesn't want accidental contact or somebody bumping him. So this is the pros and cons of driving on a small track with a large number of cars. When you come out the pits, this is what happens. Ottens and Radloff in and out the pits, 13th and 14th. Rick's definitely going to be getting frustrated back here. But he has the skill and he's got that car. He should be able to get by Jason Luck. It's now up the inside as they head now towards 30s. And there the pass is done. Jason catches the Porsche with a bit of a tank slapper. So, and Kieran Patterson in. So now he's just thrown my strategy theory out the window. I really have no idea. Look at Jason coming back at Tariq Adam. It's a bit cheeky. And JW Fulschking. So PWS are alien cars. Alpha and Beta. Oh, Jason ran wide there. That slowed him up. He's in a pile of pain right now. Oh, here comes... is that one back? No, Hannes is already passed. Christian deploy. No, it's not. I don't know who's behind Jason, but anyway. So now there I was rambling on about Patterson going for a long pit stop like he usually does, and he just throws it into the pits mid-race. So there's a whole new strategy we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled on and watch. Right, Tariq now behind Justin Lotus as BMW. And again, he's going to have to try and make this pass stick very quickly. He wants to get through here quickly, otherwise he's going to drop positions. Barber comes into the pits from 4th, so Morgan goes into 2nd. Vega Krobler goes up to 3rd. Vega, I know for a fact, will run long. I've seen it in the other races, and he likes that strategy. He kind of manages... he manages his tires really well. Oh, Tariq, how close can you get? Oh, Dingledell, you can't be side by side. Oh. Yeah, he had to live through there. That was just going to come in he gets a huge drive there, as you can see. Lotus runs defensive up the inside through the final curve. Tariq hanging there, hanging tough, falls in behind him, flashing away already. He knows he wants to get by. He's now going to try and throw it up the inside. Is he? He's trying. He is. He's still flashing, but he's managed to get by. In the background, there's Kieran Patterson. And he's now side by side with H. van Wyk as they go around the hairpin. Kieran also needs to be careful not to lose traction and look after his car. And this also for position. So Hannes, no reason to get out the way. He's still racing for position. Kieran has to do it just like Tariq has done it and drive past the driver ahead. "41 minutes to go. We're halfway through this race, ladies and gents." Right, Kieran now needs to work out how to do this. Hannes van Wyk on the back of Justin Lotus. So Barber's pitted and Tariq's pitted, and they're both out ahead of Kieran. He has to get through. There goes Tariq just ahead of this trio of cars. Wow. Hard braking as they come through Sterling's. Kieran looking, he's going left, he's going right, he's sticking his nose out. He's also flashing. These guys are not going to get out the way, and Kieran's going to have to drive perfect laps and just put the car where he needs it to be. Hannes van Wyk goes wide. Hannes van Wyk sliding through the first turn. Kieran's up the inside, going up to the hairpin. So that's one position done. Hannes now in the marbles, super wide. And Kieran goes through. Jordan Sherritt, the leader, in the pits, on the button, mid-race. So he's not going to mess around with strats, and that allows Morgan to go into the lead for ATK. So Morgan McCall, new leader. Kieran right under the wing now of Justin Lotus, and he wants to get this pass done so he can then try and hang on to the back of Tariq Adam. Tariq Adam just up ahead, he's dealing with traffic. This is where the quicker guys need to be super careful that they don't run into the back of a car and punt it. Oh, Kieran gets a great drive through there. Nails Sterling's. Justin Lotus ran too wide and Kieran goes through. So up into 7th place, and the gap between Tariq Adam and Kieran we'll see at the line. .6 seconds. There we go. Racing's on. Grayling, he's in the pits in 11th. So Sherritt pitted and he's out in 3rd. That's how far his lead was. Morgan running through for another lap. So he's now thundering along. Last lap. 1:23.745. His best of 1:23.2. So Morgan running solid. Bago pits. Jeez, all my theories are gone. The Bago normally runs a 70-30 or even 80-20 strat. He's pitted literally mid-race. I think guys are pushing hard, and the graining is affecting them. Be interesting to see how long Morgan stays out for them. Hello Mandisa, who's shouting for Mr. Mashigo. He is right now. Chaba in 15th place in his Porsche, and he's yet to pit, so he's running well. Currently ahead of Conrad Volsking, but who has pitted. So Mashiga's going to drop to a whole bunch of positions, unfortunately, because he's still got to get his pit stop done. But Porsche looking good, not showing any damage, and Chaba having a good clean race here. Gideon Renner, how's it? Weren't you just driving? You were. I've got you in the pits. What happened? Better explain to us, my friend. Morgan goes through for another one. Jordan goes up into second, so he's past Kevin Barber. Wow. A long ways he passed him. So Kevin Barber possibly had a moment somewhere, but Tariq Adams right here, and Kieran 5.1 seconds back as well. Oh, Fenter gets a drive-through done in 23rd, so he's had one too many off-track excursions there. Barber looking very, very loosey. And there Mashiga goes in for his pit stop, drops down to 22nd. So we're gonna, the dice is essentially gonna boil down to McCall pitting and see where he comes out in relation to Tariq, Adam and Barber. Tough one, Gideon, whatever happened. I didn't see it unfortunately, but bad luck, bud. Lotus and Van Wyk pit from 9th and 10th respectively. So last man to still pit is Tino and Kubi in his BMW, and Morgan McCall, the 80k Arena Mercedes. Boy, the back of Ryan Ottens. Oh, they're side by side. This is for position. This is 7th and 8th. Ryan Ottens running defensive as they go through Pilgrim's Drop. He pushes all the way out. Christian lifts and falls in behind him. Now the set of right-handers, Hawthorne, then Westfield, then Dingledale. Behind them, there's no one. Post dicing here, Christian Deploy. He's our social media guru. He does all the posts for us on Twitter, Facebook, etc., etc. And he's assisted me with a lot of the graphics that you see, these top right-hand adverts running, the GT3 Pro Championship logos up at the top, etc., etc. So thanks for the help. It's certainly appreciated, Christian. There we go. Morgan's in the pits. Here we go. Come on, mouse. Wake up. Right, he stops. Bish bash. Where's Kevin? Kevin's in the middle of sector 2. It's going around the back of the track. Pit stops, 30, 40 something seconds with the drive, 50 seconds. This is going to be close. This is it. We want to see where he's going to come out in comparison. Direct closing in on Kevin Barber. And they are 6, almost 7 seconds up the road from Kieran in 5th. Right, coming up to the last turn. Is Morgan moving? There he does. He's rolling. Kevin's through the final turn. They're on the straight. Morgan's going to get out the pits. Looks like Morgan's up into second. He is. He's out. He's gone through Paddock Hill and he's going up to the hairpin. A great undercut happening there. Morgan McCall showing some intelligent driving, and he's made that that undercut work. Says me. He's still behind him. Sorry, man. He was a lot further up in the pit lane. So here's Morgan, and he is 1.6 seconds behind Tariq Adam. Apologies. Thought I heard and just assumed he was at the end of the pits, and he wasn't. He had a longer run to go, and he's here he is. He's out in 4th, and he's going to now try and close in on the back of Tariq Adam, who's within half a second now of Kevin Barber. So Kevin Barber's looking in his mirrors, and he ran a little bit wide there, a little bit deep. So it's all to play for right now. It's not over yet. We don't know who's going to be second or third here, but with half an hour, 32 minutes to go, Tariq's got ample time to do the job. But McCall is not far back, and Kieran Patterson, 5.6 seconds, also not far back. So let's see what transpires. Thanks for all the likes, guys, and thanks for joining us on the YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. It does help expose and promote the sport that is sim racing. So click on the little thumbs up, please, and click on the subscribe. Yeah, Leon, definitely. He's got the fresher tires, so we're going to see what happens. Oh, we're running all over the track trying to break the toe, but Tariq is just relentless. The update, Jordan Sherritt, his last lap of 122.7. He's now the only driver doing 122s. Best of 122.5. Jordan Sherritt, he is literally, he's outrageous how quick he is. Very, very super talented guy. And doing a sterling job, part of the GTWR team, and recruiting new local South African drivers. Tariq Adam definitely has got very quick. The third man for this team is not present this evening, but Luke also very quick. And now we've got Tariq all over the back of Kevin Barber. So here we go. We're going to see something happen. Helmet view. And there is also traffic up ahead. So let's see how this happens. Christian Deploy having to pit from 9th. So he's made a mistake somewhere. Possibly he's pit straight. Maybe he didn't put fuel. I don't know. He didn't have a penalty, but he's back in the pits and dropping. But that's unfortunate. Or he picked up a whole lot of damage now. I'm not sure. Oh, that Bentley super sideways through there. Tariq as well. Very close up under the wing of the Bentley. Final turn. Oh, Tariq catching a huge tank slapper there. Good man. Yeah, definitely. As soon as Tariq closes in and gets closer to and starts possibly attacking, Morgan is going to arrive on this, and it's going to be a trio. It's going to be a good fight for second and third. We're in for a huge race here. So awesome stuff from Brands Hatch. Round 2. So we're still early days in this championship. Yeah, the thing is he can't. Kevin Barber's doing good lines in the Bentley, so these guys are pretty evenly paced. Kevin essentially needs to be held up by slow back markers, which they're arriving at, and or needs to make a big mistake. And Tariq is pushing hard. I mean, we saw him have to catch that car. Yeah, over Dingle Dell. He was also running wide and on the grass just now. On the exit. Okay, not this time, but he's trying, man. And yeah, I'm going to stick with this dice for the meantime because this is important. I know there are 30-something other cars out there, but we're going to have a look at them just now. Right, the Bentley's into the traffic. He wants past. And he's far enough ahead that he's going to put the Porsche. It's Jason Luck. He stays out the way. Good man, Jason. So he lets Tariq go through. Next car is not going to get out the way that easily. And now the Bentley has to put on. He's got to lift. He's got to slow a little bit. The BM watching. And Tariq closes in. Now the Bentley's going up the inside. He's having to force the issue there. Backmarker does get out the way, but there Tariq is right with him in the Bentley. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. I'm going to leave the camera on Rick Adam. I'm just going to get a cold drink quick. Come back. Not much change here. And have a look. Kralin. Celeritas Racing, and he's looking at Bega Krobl at the moment. So there's some luck. 8/10 off the back of Justin Lotus, and they're having it. Oh, yeah, that's not commentator's curse. You'd driven off before I got you, Jason. You probably heard me though. So he falls off that gap. Oh dear, Christian Deploy is not coming out the pits. Oh, that's terrible luck. He's had a hardware failure of some sort. Something's gone wrong with Hans car. So that's very bad luck. But yeah, in 24th for Racing Team Astra, very bright and live livery. Benzie just up ahead of him. There he is for Kinetic Simworks Racing Talk. Liam's looking certainly worse for wear for Bernard King. So possibly had a whole lot of dramas. Rick, he's right there. These guys are doing identical lap times, but Tariq is kind of being limited by what the Bentley is doing. Last laps, they go over the line, I'll tell you now. Kevin Barber, 123.685. Nick Adam, 123.771. Oh, 23.4. The Morgan slowly etching, as you can see, the gap is now closing. Renier could see, how's it, man? Sometimes racing is just cruel. Yep, agreed. I don't know what we'll hear from Christian. I'm sure at some point. I need to know what happened with his car. Very bad luck for him. That has to be hardware related of some sorts, you know, a pedal disconnect or a wheel or something's gone wrong. So super bad luck for him. But anyway, it adds some spice to the mix for the rest of the championship. Let's put it that way. More traffic up ahead. That's a PWSR car, I believe. Just ahead of the Bentley. I think it's Conor McGregor. Conor Alexander. It is. Here he is. He's in 15th place. So He's doing well for the newcomer in the team and to this game. This, I think, is his second or third competitive race on PC. So he's doing exceptionally. But here comes this train of second, third, and fourth. And really, he needs to keep his eyes peeled on his mirrors and just get out the way, lift, and just let this train go right by. Blue flag. So I'm sure you'll see them coming. And McCall is now within distance. So they're equidistant. The Bentley, the Aston Martin, and the Mercedes. Kind of running quick enough times, but they are there or thereabouts. So I reckon onto this, and he just drives off the track. So that'll work. Stay off the track. Oh, and the three of them go round. Yeah, all safe and sound. Here we go. 21 minutes, people. Time to put your money on the table. If we're playing poker, who is coming second? Let me hear. Let me see. Is it Barber, Adam, or McCall? I'm the banker. Oh, look at that. Bentley got super squirrely there. Who's going to be first? Who's going to say? Who's second here? I mean, oh my word, Tariq Adam just got a drive through. Wow, lucky nobody said that name. That's terrible luck. The poor guy's obviously run one too many wide off-track excursions, and Tariq Adam picks up a drive-through penalty. So that puts paid to that channel. Not channel, challenge. McCall then net third right now, and Barber will have seen that, Kevin Barber, and he's probably going phew in the car. So I think Tariq is going to get this out of the way as soon as he can, so we'll expect him to come into the pits now and get it done and dusted, I'm sure. Let's see. Does he? He doesn't. He drives on for another lap. So he must be just seriously frustrated with himself. That's bad luck, man. But it's racing, and it's this track, and there's some fast people here. There's a whole lot of things that add up to it. So I feel for you, Tariq. Bad luck, buddy. Morgan now needs to bide his time. He's got 20 minutes to close in on that Bentley and to put the pressure and then to try and make the pass. So yeah, we're in for a good finish here. Leon. Oof. Drive through is a oof. Slow BM moving out the way. Nicely done. Ooh. You know, and then these gunshots go off in this game, and they really freak me out, especially on headphones, because they're ridiculously loud. I don't know if you guys heard that, but sorry if you did. A really weird something that happens in the game, and it sounds literally like an echoing gunshot. Right, is Tariq going to peel off now? He's got 3 laps to do it, and he's done one of those 3. Yes, he peels off. Got to go and get it done. So there we go. Morgan into third place, sorry. That puts Kieran Patterson up into 4th. And now Kevin's, he's got no breathing room, because right up ahead of him, I think that's Mr. Kivet in the Porsche. From 13th place. So here we go. Yeah, the Bentley showing some quick pace here. Oh, these guys are dicing. They've got to be aware of the blue flags. Oh, this is seriously. They're going to race each other here. And the Bentley's going, hello, boys. Move over. Bentley's going to go up the inside. Does. Morgan's there. He hopes those cars stay out there. Yeah, 2 abreast. That's brave, Morgan. Right, through the back section now. Hawthorne, Westfield, Dingledell. And it's done and dusted already. So Morgan gets through. And he's now going to be attacking. Come back to them. That does happening. Oh, it's Kivett and it's the McLaren of LaRue. And he's just gone past LaRue. We'll go back 30 seconds. And we'll see this happen from the helicam. So there Morgan makes the move. Now LaRue goes through Dingledell. Now through Dingledell corner. Runs a little. Doesn't. Now comes down to Sterling's. Runs wide. And that allows the Porsche just to slide right up through the inside. And so Carl Kivett goes past and up into 12th place. Great pass there. Van Beek, 17th place. Oh, and he's got Kieran Patterson right behind him. So Kieran Patterson's going to want to get through here as quick as he can. Kieran's trying to hang on to something resembling 3rd or 4th place. And Hannes looking ahead at Justin Lotus. Down the back section they go. Not really an opportunity to pass unless the driver actually lifts and slows down. Otherwise it's a single file line all the way around up to like this point. Kieran's going to want to try and get through here now. He's probably going to do it on the main straight. What happened with the pole? Oh, you're right, what happened with McCall. Okay, let's go back a minute. Oh, there's a drama. You're right. Sorry, we missed this. The car's idling. Listen how slow he is on the revs. He's not at pace. Something's wrong. Maybe a pedal. I think this could be a hardware problem. Kieran Patterson has gone past. Sure, drama. So Tariq Adams also going to close in on him. We went back a minute. Sorry, guys. So it's going to take a while to go back live. We'll be live when you see the timing tower. Does he stay out or does he come in? He stays out. What is the issue here? Let's go to the car view. Look at the pedals. His foot's flat as far as the pedals go, but the car just won't go. It's got hazards on. I mean, what is this? Wow, this kid has bad luck. Now it's revving. So maybe Rob or Junior was down on the floor trying to sort out a plug or fix something. That sounds good. Yes, the drama that we have. I'm at a loss. If Rob's here, maybe he can let us know, but that's bad luck. So, Kevin Barber, second place with just under 14 minutes to go. Kieran Patterson 16.5 seconds back. Goes to Rick of Kieran. Kieran Patterson going through Pilgrim's Drop. Tariq Adam, not that far back, I tell you. 6.5 seconds. So if there's going to be a position change, it might be Tariq closing in on Kieran. But Kieran's going to drive the wheels off that Aston Martin to hold on to third. Ryan Otten's up into fifth, and JW Porsche for PWSR Bravo. I want to see if he's closing in on Morgan McCall. So Morgan 14 seconds off the back of Ryan Ottens. Let's see what the lap times are for Morgan. I mean, the car looks good. His hazards are still flashing, but the engine sounds good again. It's going. So if there was a problem, I'm sure it's been fixed. Now the hazards are off. Last lap time was a 140.1. This one's a 132. So slowly getting quicker. He must have had a mechanical failure of some sort. Something happened with the pedal or something. Ah, Leon, thanks, man. So that's what you picked up there. Yeah, you heard that bang. Yeah, it's not a... It's... I tell you what, the first time I heard it, I thought somebody... Rob, the gear lever's sticking. The gear paddles on the steering wheel. Wheel needs a service, maybe. The micro switch or something. Or the hinge. It's probably the hinge system. What? Yeah, he's got one of these fancy rims. So maybe you need to just loosen with the Allen key so that the hinge doesn't stick. That's bad luck, Rob. Seriously, but good that he's going and keeping going. That's good stuff, man. And good fix. Well done. Should be able to fix that. I mean, printed and made some rooms for Kieran, and I understand the mechanism at the back of that wheel. It's just a flap that hinges, and it's got magnets, and it hits a micro switch to make the connection for the gear latch. So possibly the hinge system, the Allen keys on the hinge are too tight, and that's what's made it stick. Ah, okay, good man. Changed. Right, Conor Alexander, the youngster, in 14th place, 4 seconds off the back of Gerber. For Radloff, yeah, he is. And he's on the back of Conrad Volskenk in the McLaren. So some dice is happening here as we come down to the last 10 minutes. Justin Lotus on the back of LaRue's McLaren, and these guys are super close. Here we go, Justin Lotus, he's right under the wing now. He's got great drive over the start-finish line. McLaren's right in the middle of the track, and he's got to go wide. It's on the marbles. Now he's trying to get a good drive down to the hairpin. Up the hill they come. Oh my word, he almost ran into the back of that McLaren. Wow, that was a brown moment for Mr. Lotus, I promise you. Gee whiz, that was close. This is how close that was. Watch here. Watch up the hill. He has to actually go left to avoid hitting the McLaren. Oh, if he wasn't out there, he was in the back of that car. Yes, that was close. Okay, onwards they go. So with 9 minutes and some change, Jordan Sherritt, 50 laps, quickest lap, a 122.5, currently doing 123 zeros. So he's managing, and he's got a bit of traffic here, and also needs to be aware with traffic. It could just ruin someone's race. Second place, and a good couple of seconds, I mean many seconds back, just coming into the second sector and onto the long back straight. Kevin Barber, car 511. And the Bentley has done exceptionally well tonight, and Kevin Barber has done really well in this car. Third place, 16 seconds back, it's Kieran Patterson for PWSR Alpha. And these guys, Kieran especially, having inherited this podium position from firstly Tariq Adam getting an unlucky drive through, and then Morgan having a steering wheel paddle shift problem. So he goes up into third. Tariq has driven his way back into fourth after the drive through, gone past Ryan Ottens, and he's 7 seconds off the back, so I think that's where he'll finish. It's pure damage control, because Tariq's lying second in the championship, so even with the drive through, you can't complain with the fourth place. Ryan Ottens fifth, which I think he'll be happy with, and then Morgan recovering after the steering wheel issue in sixth place, so good result for him as well. Then JW Volskink in seventh place, PWSR Bravo, and he's 12 seconds off the back of Morgan, so I think that'll be him, his position. Eighth place, Johannes Kreulen. Oh, and he was running super wide through there. I think that's Bego Krobler who's just gone past him. It is. So Johan Bego Krobler takes 8th place away from Kreulen. Hannes goes to that, and rounding out your top 10, it's Conrad Volskink for Hawks, Polizia, the Rosas. Code Brown. Now that's the PC, the politically correct way of saying it. I mean, I do call a spade, but I have to I've got to really focus on what I'm saying, just so that I still keep the class and quality of this this production at a top rated standard. But it was a brown coat moment for sure. Gee, it was super close. Five and a half minutes to go. Jordan Sherrod, 52 laps. Here he is. We'll do a fast onboard lap with him from his helmet view. And in fact, I'll switch to the normal car so you can see pedal inputs and everything happen. Welcome to you driving passenger with ET right now, the alien. Or it's JS, the alien. And you know what? You can watch this from in-car, and I can put you on the car from 30th position, and the lines look identical. Everything looks identical. I cannot tell you what it is. It's obviously how much pace he carries through the corner, how quickly he gets back on the gas. It's a number of things, but it's certainly just class to watch and to be a part of. I mean, look at the pace he carried through there to get onto the back of that McLaren. The comparative pace, it was pedestrian for the McLaren. Oh! Wow, how's about coming around Dingle Dell and seeing a BMW facing you? Jordan just slides on right by us, so there was a huge moment there. Oh, and this BMW is all over the place. That's Tino and Colby, I believe. So there's a lap. That last lap, by the way, a 1:23.9. So pit window closed. Bernard Benzie King in the pits. Aaron Miller also. Aaron. Justin Lotus, he comes in. Last the day. It was Justin Lotus having a moment. Should we go and watch this? Oh, that car is so smashed to pieces. No, I'm not going to go back. It probably took him a minute just to get here. But that's the end of that BMW. Shame he can't even get into his box. Look at the wheels. Yo, shame. Car's hammered. The front end of that has just been panel beaten. There we go. Sure. Justin had a huge moment around there. Right, Kevin Barber He has done exceptionally well. Driver of the day for me will go to this man, purely because it's an unknown entity, and apparently he raced Pro-Am 2 or 3 seasons ago, but steady, solid driving in a big tank of a car, and he's in second place. Yeah. Good clean stuff. There we go. 2.5 minutes to go. Kieran Patterson in third place for PWSR Alpha. And he's managed to keep himself out of everyone else's dramas as well, which is good to see. Rick Adam, not that far back, and pushing, still pushing, 5.8 seconds, so slowly creeping in. He'll take fourth place all day, considering he had a drive-through. Ryan Artens, fifth place for Hybrid Academy. So he's done super well for the team. Highest place for the Hybrid Academy boys. Morgan McCall, huge mechanical problem, which Rob managed to fix on the fly. And Morgan hanging on to a good 6th place. Just having to avoid a couple of issues here up ahead of him. But yeah, somebody said that earlier. This game can be a sad thing. You can be in first place and have a net drop and a disconnect. We've seen it happen in endurance events. Kyalami 9 Hour, the second place team, they got to disconnect 30 minutes from the end of a 9-hour race. I would be in. JW Volskink coming through some traffic and hanging on to 7th. However, right behind him is Bega Krobler, and this is for position. So we're going to hang around here. They 1/10 apart. JW having to run mega defensive lines. He's probably also suffering with graining. And I think here's Jordan. This is the final lap. Come over the line now. Is JW going to hold this position? He's got to run defensive lines, and Vega's got to find his way past here. Jordan's just ahead of them, so he will actually end the race. So ahead. Here he comes over the start-finish line, and the driving lesson by Mr. Sherritt. Well done, sir. Well deserved. Kevin Barber, all the way back here and coming round. He's going to take second place. Super well for him. Bullskink did manage to hang on, and Bago then in 7th and 8th respectively. Here comes Kevin Barber in the big Bentley. British Racing green Bentley. And this is an awesome result for this young man. Well done to you, sir. Third place, we drop a little bit further back. It's Kieran Patterson coming along in the Aston Martin. And he'll take a luckily inherited third place. I'll say that. As team principal, it was very lucky, and he'll be super happy with that. Tariq Adam over the line for 4th with a drive-through. That's an awesome result for Tariq Adam. Ryan Otten, over the line for 5th. And that rounds out your top 5 with Morgan bringing the big Merc home for 6th, even after his huge mechanical issues. So, great stuff there, guys. And that, as they say in the classics. Wow. Guillaume, thanks, buddy. Thanks for the comments. Weezer, how's it, man? Agreed. Unlike King to be that low down. I have to agree with you. So, sure. There we go. It's going to... So thanks to everybody, and thanks for joining me. Don't go anywhere. Watch this video. This is the new Raceface.Pro presents video that my good teammate Chris DeSantis put together for us. He is involved in the movie industry, and it is a mind-blowing video. So enjoy this, and I'm going to say goodbye and good night, and we'll catch up with you in a week's time. Yeah, Carl, P11 from 29th to 11th. Great stuff, Leon. Cool. Cheers.